You'll not believe what I did. I recorded, or I thought I was recording a video, and I did not. So guess what? We're starting over. This is my what I've been warming video, and if you want to hear for the first time what I warmed, me doing it the second time, then stick around. Okay, let's start with Shaka. Shaka is this is bergamot, lime, and I think sandalwood are the scent notes for this one. This one's from Bring Back My Bar 2024. Getting my dates wrong. I warmed this downstairs in open space, and this was a good performer, really good performer, nice and strong. Did veer on the masculine side. I do find that Scentsy's bergamot a lot of times has like just, you can call it unisex or just a little bit on the masculine side. So this one had that. I can get a little bit of the lime. Overall, I thought the scent was okay. The throw was really good. Yeah, so it was okay scent for me, not one that I feel like I need to have or repurchase. So that is Shaka from Bring Back My Bar last year. Looking forward to Bring Back My Bar this year. Glacier. This was a scent of the month, August of 2023. So I joined Scentsy and became a consultant in September 29th of 2023. And I had just missed this as a scent of the month, and I just missed it. But I had heard about it. It sounded like a scent that I would enjoy. I believe this one has bergamot as well. You know what? I had looked it up really quick right before this. This is bergamot, aquatic lavender, and driftwood. And I love the hand soap. And Catherine King, she had videos. She stopped making videos. I hope you come back, Catherine. But Catherine sent me a few of her bars. And it was everything I hoped it would be on warm. Performed fantastic. I put 4 cubes in this room and then 4 cubes in the room. And that's how I divided up the clamshell. Great performer, great scent. It's very fresh. It's very clean. Yeah, this was a good one. So thank you so much, Catherine. That is Glacier Water from Scentsy. There you go. Okay, let's do these two. Every time I record, it's a different order. This is from Anya here on YouTube. So Anya also has a YouTube channel here, and I do enjoy watching her. She is the owner of CQ Handcrafted Wax Melts. I warmed 2 of hers. Let me start with this one. This is S'mores by the Ocean. This was poured March of 2024, and I believe that's around the time her shop opened last year. It's sea salt and ocean breezes, gooey and toasted marshmallows, s'mores and a hint of musky vanilla. S'mores by the Ocean. I by the look of these scent notes, I feel like this was a version or some kind of a version of like a beach night scent, because beach nights does have s'mores and marshmallow and sea salt and all of that. But I never get s'mores in other people's beach nights or beach evenings, even though like in Sassy Girl Aromas, it's listed on there as s'mores. I never smell it. In this one, I do. In s'mores is marshmallow and chocolate and graham crackers. And so I did get some of that chocolate note. So if you know me, I'm not a big fan of chocolate in wax. And it wasn't super strong. And it's actually not, it was a light, but I would get those hints of chocolate, which is the first time I've gotten that in a blend that says s'mores, even though it should, like this smells like what you would think it would smell like is what I'm saying. So it was a good performer, warmed it downstairs in open space, lasted over 8 hours. And I would just say for me, because of that hint of chocolate that was coming, even though it was a hint, it's not one I would repurchase. I just don't care for chocolate in my wax, but it was a good performer. And if you like chocolate, even a little bit, you might really enjoy that one. This next one is Lemon Lavender Shortbread. This is scent notes of, let's see here, cookies topped with whipped lemon cream and sprinkled with sweet English culinary lavender. Lemon Lavender Shortbread. I also warmed this down in open space in my Scentsy warmers, And this was fantastic. I love a lemon bakery scent. It was very good, much better than I expected. I was worried that, like, is that lavender going to be sweet? It was a sweet lavender. I was downstairs on the computer at some times during the day, and I would stop and go, that smells really good. So I did like this a lot. That is lemon lavender shortbread from CQ Handcrafted Wax Melts. Here's another clamshell. This one is from the Bathing Garden, and this is Tweedledee Tea. So I don't have the scent notes for this one, but I warmed most of this clamshell in the bedroom here. And then so I had 4 cubes here, 2 cubes in the guest room. This was also a really, really good scent. I think I'm liking tea more and more, but this was like a sweet tea. I got a berry note in here. It's like raspberries and maybe like strawberries, definitely berries. And that added to the sweetness. So it was like a sweet tea. It was really lovely. Performed great in here. Had good throw. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised on how much I actually like this one. So that is Tweedledee Tea from the Bathing Garden. This was a little messy to clean up because there's a lot of embellishments in there, but there was a cute little pink teapot floating in the wax, which was cute. Okay, let's go to Traverse City Wax Co. This is Lavender Wishes. So I got a bunch of samples from Chris from Wax Books and Whimsy. Go check her out. She's so close to hitting 1,000 subscribers. That's just a huge milestone here in YouTube land, and so she is so close. So if you haven't checked her out, I'm going to put a little plug in. She doesn't know I'm doing this, but I'm plugging her because she's so close. So go check her out. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. That would really help her out. But Chris sent me some samples when she sent me one of her favorites, which was Frankenstein from Traverse City Wax. This is a good chunk of a heart. It was a heart-shaped sample. I put this in the my nighttime warmer, and it's Scentsy warmer, Milk Diamond or Diamond Milk. I always get it confused. I don't know why. My mom, side tangent. My mom, when we were kids, used to say King Burger all the time. We're like, it's Burger King, Mom. King Burger. But so sometimes that happens. I feel like I get it now as I'm getting older. Anyway, sweet Lavender Wishes is a sweet lavender scent. Performed very well for me, even though it was just a sample. Like, it filled this room nicely, perfectly for like the amounts, the range I would want it in as a nighttime evening scent. And while I sleep, I don't want anything super strong. I've actually gotten up in the middle of the night and turned off warmers if it's like, oh my gosh, I can't. It's just blasting me as I sleep. So this was perfect. I would say it was a medium performer for one sample. That's pretty good. And it was a very soothing, cozy lavender scent. So that is Lavender Wishes from Traverse City Wax. I've had this for about a year. Okay, let's go into this one here. This is from Knowles Farm Scents. I have 2 from Knowles Farm Scents this week. This is Lemonade Shake Up. I was gifted this, and the scent notes are fresh squeezed lemon, sweet cherry, and pink sugar. This is a 3.5 ounce bag. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because I use this in 3 different times. So it just shows you that this was a good performer. Little goes a long way, and Knowles in general, Knowles Farm Scents does perform very well for me, which is why I just keep buying it over and over. And I love lemon scents. Like, I love lemon scents. But I didn't love this one as much. It wasn't bad. It's just not one I would repurchase if it was ever offered again, because the fresh squeezed lemon was more of a cleanser lemon scent to me. It really came off that way. So then mixed with the sweet cherry and the pink sugar, it just smelled like, if it was like more of a different lemon, it I think would have blended better. So that being said, it was strong. This is a strong one. And it says here 1023, but I think this is older than that because he started putting pour dates back in like September of 2023, definitely by October of 2023. And this doesn't have scent notes. So, I mean, pour dates. Wow, Martha. Pour dates. This is what happens when you film something multiple times. That's why I think that might be a little older, which then also goes to show you, even if it's older than October of 2023, like it still was a great performer. Okay, this one was poured last year, June of 2024. This is Seaside Sugar Festival. This is strawberry pound cake, sugar cookie royal, toasted mallow, salty sea air. Seaside Sugar Festival. This was so good. I mean, if this is your first time, you've not heard that his strawberry pound cake is my favorite. If this is a channel you watch often, you know that I sound like a broken record in saying that. But the sugar cookie in here was so good, and I really like a sugar cookie royal. Everything about this was a scent I was going to love. Performed fantastic. Warm this in open space. Warm this in the bedroom. Wherever I put it, performed fantastic. And I still have some left over. And this is 5 ounces. So I get a lot out of his scents, and they're fantastic. So really enjoy this one. Seaside Sugar Festival. Okay. 2 more here. This one is Second and Spruce, Mermaids in Montauk. This is rosemary mint, salty sea air, toasted mallow, and vanilla bean Noel, poured May of 2024. I remember wanting this so badly because I'd heard so many people talk about how good this was, and she re-poured it, and I definitely grabbed it. And then I put it away for a year. It's like, this is why I am warming so much vendor wax. I just have so much of it. I only have about less than 200 Scentsy bars, and then that leaves me with like 400 and something vendor wax. So that's what I'm working with. But Second and Spruce, love Erica's wax, performed fantastic. This was no exception. The rosemary mint was the star in this. It also had that creamy kind of the marshmallow and the vanilla bean. The salty sea air did not overtake the scent, and that is an oil that can easily overtake a blend. So this was blended really well. I kind of wish I'd save this for today, because today it's going to be 90 degrees here. So that mint on a really hot day would have been super nice, but this was great. I warmed this. I ended up getting 2 warms out of a mini loaf for my open space downstairs. And then I had like a little piece left over, which I warmed in the guest room, and it performed fantastic. High performer, high scent, all of that stuff. Here is the last one. This is Teddy Bees. This is Blushed. And this one has scent notes of, you think I would have memorized it by now. This is vanilla birch blended with peach skin, strawberries, warm woods, and marshmallows, poured March of 2024. And I warmed most of this down in open space. I think I used like 3/4 of a souffle down in open space in just Scentsy warmer. So sometimes I will do tea lights or hot plates with Teddy Bees, but I was like, this smells like it's going to be pretty good performer as far as scent. And it was a great performer in the Scentsy warmers. This lasted a long time. So let me talk a little bit about vendor wax and why I just swim in it, in this rabbit hole. And this is a perfect example of that. And the ones I've talked about too, Second and Spruce, Knowles, is they're like layered. Like this has peach skin. I can smell the peach skin. It's not peach. It's peach skin. Like I can almost smell, it's like you're just smelling the fuzz and the skin of a peach. I got a hint of the strawberries, and the peach wasn't overwhelming, but it's there. And I guess this is my vendor talk real quick. It's just layered. It's like an orchestra. That's the way I would describe it. It's like an orchestra. You can hear the drums. You can hear the cello. You can hear the violin. And it's kind of the same thing, right? But together it's just blended so beautifully. And that's what I get from vendor wax that I don't necessarily get from Scentsy. And I still love Scentsy. I am still a consultant. And I still warm it. The reason I don't warm as much, like in the summer, is I don't have as many summer scents from Scentsy. Out of the, what am I down to now? 600 and something scents. And I have out of the slightly under 200 bars that I have, I'd say 70% of it is fall and winter, maybe 75%. So that's another reason you're probably seeing more vendor wax than normal in my weekly what I've been warming. But getting back to this scent, it performed fantastic. It lasted over a day. So that's another thing. Sometimes there's this myth that like vendor wax doesn't last as long. There are exceptions to everything. Yes, there are some scents that only make it 4 hours and some that might make it 2 days and, you know, and everything in between. But I would argue the same thing with Scentsy. And the layers on this, I got the peach skin, I can get the strawberries, I got the birch, I got the vanilla, and it's just this beautiful orchestra for my nose, I guess, and performed fantastic in my Scentsy warmer. So really enjoyed Blushed. I would get this one again. Now let's talk about favorites here. I think my favorite of the week, it's a tough one. I had a really good melting week. I really did. I really enjoyed Glacier Water. I'm so glad I got to melt that finally. I loved the Blushed for sure. And I really enjoyed Lemon Lavender Shortbread from CQ, because that's like right in my wheelhouse with the lemon lavender. Let me know what your favorites were, the ones that you melted this week in your home. I'd love to know. And again, thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you're new here, I hope you subscribe to my channel. I hope you enjoyed it, or consider giving me a thumbs up. And I will have my melting basket as soon as I wrap this up. I'm going to go shop my stash and figure out what I want to melt for the month of July. Oh my gosh, we're already more than halfway through the year. So that's going to be fun. I think I'm going to be, I already know in my head, I think I have some ideas of what's going to be in that melting basket, and I'll record that later if I have time. And know what I've been warming next week. And the rest will come as it comes. I have slowed down my videos just a tiny bit. I might slow down a little bit more. I am enjoying like the little free time I have left. Like it's shrunken quite a bit because of work and travel and all of that stuff, that I've just been wanting to chill and like binge watch TV shows. That's kind of been my thing, to just relax after a really long day. So might be a little not as often. We'll see how the rest of the month goes, but hopefully by August I'll feel much better. All right. Anyway, thank you so much. Really appreciate you being here, and go check out Chris's channel, Wax, Books, and Whimsy. All right. Bye-bye.